Namaste and welcome back to Mindful Serenity Yoga, or Waking Up in a Busy World. And we're going to continue with the questioning and the answering. So I will dig into this jar and reach in for a question. And hopefully it is not too jaunty. I have many different questions in that jar. Before I read, I will start the timer. And never mind, my cat and my dog are in the room with me. They're looking for a little bit of enlightenment that they're hoping that I'll be able to give them, which I probably won't. What does opening the heart space mean? What does opening the heart space mean? Opening the heart space is a term I think I first heard used in yoga when we're in reference to the heart chakra. The heart chakra, of course, is in the chest. The color is green. And the heart is believed to be distinct from the psyche in the sense the heart is... Whoa! Okay. We nearly had an incident, but we didn't. The cat nearly knocked over a mattress I had stacked up against the wall. Anyway, if it comes flying down, it hits me in the head. Okay, we're still losing time because it's only 8:56, and we're going to continue with the question. What does opening the heart space mean? Oh, again, there's a difference between the heart space, or the heart chakra, and the psyche. The psyche is our mind, what we tend to think of as our mind, which is distinct from the brain. The brain is the organ maybe that filters the mind, and the mind is probably more of the different levels of consciousness we experience as a human being, different levels of awareness and attention to what is going on around us and through us. Cat's a little crazy. The heart chakra is what we could use as the spiritual channel, or see as the spiritual channel, the opening to the deeper realm of existence, to the deeper I. Whereas the psyche may keep us on the superficial level of little me-ness, the heart chakra can open us up to the spiritual level of the deeper I. That goes beyond all the roles we play and the body and mind and who we think we are to who we really are. Who we really are is something you'll hear often used in spiritual reference. Again, not to get too hung up with the word spiritual. I love the word spiritual. I love the word spirit. I love the spirit in the sense that it's the formless essence. People will associate spirituality with spiritualism, or mediumship, or connecting to ghosts and whatnot, or to what I was actually heard referred to as woo-woo nonsense. And I just got to be very careful with words, because everybody has a different connotation and image associated with the word. So when I say spiritualism and connecting to the heart center and opening up the heart space and reaching the spirit, I'm talking about reaching that deeper level of existence that is formless and spacious rather than made of matter. And I guess we can look at it this way too, that the human body itself, or anything, even the table over there, is made up of molecular structure, right? So in the molecule we have our subatomic, we have our atomic atoms, then we have our subatomic particles, and around and surrounding the subatomic particles is space. So there's actually more space in the human body, if you think of yourself as a body, more space in the human body, more formlessness in the human body than there is form or matter. So again, if we're looking at the heart space as a connection to the formless, we're talking about the space that has no matter in it. So we're not all just matter, even though materialism and scientists that believe in materialistic philosophies will say that it's all matter, but it's not all matter. There's actually more space than there is matter. Let's get back on topic. We're going to talk about the heart space, and I guess that's why I brought that up about the formless and the space, because we're talking about the heart space, that space that exists in the heart chakra, and it is the opening to who we really are, okay, to the formlessness that we are. We are only 1% matter, 99% formless. Okay, so that's really hard for us to get around in these heads when we're so attached to matter and materialism and whatnot. So when we open up to the heart space, we're opening up to who we really are. the chakra here in the chest. Maharishi also talked about this a lot too. He said it is, if you can imagine, the green light emanating from the chest center. As you meditate, you feel this opening up to all that life has to offer. Okay. He also encouraged, instead of using the left side of the chest where the heart, the organ of the heart actually is, to focus on the right side as well, so that you're not getting too hung up in materialistic viewpoint again into the body, and you're looking beyond the body to the essence of all that is. So when we open up the heart space, when we stay open to who we really are, we're also opening up to those emotions that make us who we are, that lie beneath our idea of fear and anger and resentment and desire and grasping and clinging, to the compassion and love and peace and joy that we're actually looking for. It is already within us, in this heart space, and when we open up to it, we allow it to flow through us. I also like to think of this heart space as a mesh. You know, and in mesh you have matter, and then you have a lot of space. So in a mesh filter, if you put it under water, pouring water or flowing water, you're hoping to see the water pour right through, right? So in our heart, if our heart space is open, we're allowing the experience of life. All life is energy. Everything, every event we encounter, every emotion we encounter, every thought we have is just energy. And if we can allow it to flow through us, through this heart space, that is our filter for life, then we're going to stay open to all the wonderful experiences life has to offer. We're not going to close up and block up to experiences we don't like, and we're not going to try to cling and grasp experiences we do like, thinking that they'll make the material part of us, the matter part of us, more realistic and more fulfilled. When we open up that space and we see the space within the filter or the mesh, and we allow the water to flow through, allow life to flow through by keeping the space open without blocking it because we have pain, or blocking it because we want to avoid certain things, and just allowing life to be life, then an amazing thing happens. We experience that joy. We tap into that peace that is us, that joy that is us, that love that is us, and we experience all matter, all the events that are happening around us, all the people that come into our lives, all the emotions, thoughts, perceptions, all the consciousness in a whole different light when we have our space open. Most of us have a closed heart space because we fear pain, and we fear triggering and touching pain that's already been stored inside us. So we tend to push away or avoid or stuff instead of keeping their heart open. But by practicing and focusing and making our intention in life to keep that open space of our heart, we're going to experience life in a whole different way. We're going to be fulfilled. We're going to live full and meaningful lives. So think of your heart organ, yes, but think of the other side of the chest. Think of the whole chakra, heart chakra, as opening, sending beautiful green light, if you want to use the colors associated with yoga and chakras, throughout the world around you and to you, and you'll experience life in a totally different way. Keep your heart open, basically, because life and what's important lies in the heart, not in the psyche or the mind. That's all I have to say. Hope I've made sense. Namaste.